In this video, we are going to add fractions and determine if they're equivalent once they're added. So this is kind of like a two-step thing. So here's our question here. We need to figure out which of these fractions down here, when you add them up, equals 8/12. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the first thing you're going to have to do is add the fractions. Now what I've stressed to you before is a lot of times, like on tests or just on classwork, we write the fractions horizontally. You can add them horizontally, but it's not best practice. It's best practice to add them vertically up and down. So what I did was, I rewrote them. So they are vertically. So it's something I would like you to do. Write them vertically. Okay, so let's add them first, and then we'll determine if they're equivalent. All right? So when you add fractions, it's always best practice to put your denominator already down under your bar. So now it's 12. And I could just go through the whole, so this is going to be 6, this is 12, my denominator here is 6, okay? And then I have another question, it's just 12 as well, okay? Next, we add the numerators. We do not add the denominators. I do not add 12 plus 12, nope. My denominator stays the same when I'm adding or subtracting fractions. Okay, so all we have to do now is add the 3 plus the 5, which is 8. Okay. Keep my denominator, which is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. Two plus 10 is 12. 3 plus 1 is 4, 6. Okay, then I have one more. 7 plus 1 is 8. Okay. Now let's go back to our question, because our question was asking, well, which ones of these fractions are equivalent to 8/12? And then we're just going to put a check in that box, okay? So start with our first one. Did 3 plus 5 equal 8/12? Well, my denominator is the same as my numerators. Yes, this is equivalent. Okay. I'm going to skip the ones that don't have denominators of 12 because we'll have to do something different with that one. But this one has a denominator of 12. Does 12 over 12 equal 8/12? Are those equivalent? No, they're not. That has a denominator of 6, so we're going to skip that for right now. Let's just do all our easy ones first. And then this one is 7/12 plus 1/12 equals 8/12. Does it have the same denominator? Yes. Same numerator? Yes. So far we have 2 that are equivalent. But let's go back to the 2 that did not have the same denominator. So what we're going to have to do for both of these guys to see equivalence is we are going to have to make our denominator, let's make it 12 because that's what we need to do. We need to see if it equals 8/12. So we're going to do is just write 8/12, just on either side. It doesn't really matter what side you write them on, okay? And then we're going to try to figure out if the same multiple goes into my denominator and my numerator. So let's start here. Does my smaller denominator go into my larger denominator? Yes, it does. How many times? Well, it's times 2. Okay. So whatever you do on the bottom, you also have to do on the top, times 2. 6 times 2 is 12. That's correct. Is 5 times 2 8? Well, 5 times 2 is 10. So that is not equivalent. Okay. Let's go back over here. Take my smaller. Does the smaller go into my larger? Yes, it does. How many times? Well, times 2. Times 2 up here. Does 6 times 2 is 12, we know that. Does 4 times 2 equal 8? Yes, it does. So this is equivalent as well. So what we did was we took each of these questions, we added them, and then we determined equivalence. Something we had to find the same denominator, which is okay. Now what you have to be really careful of is when you go back on your chart, you need to make sure that you're putting in the right numbers. Okay, so let's just double check. We said that 3 plus 5 is 8/12, which we said is equivalent. Check that box, okay? The next one, we said was not equivalent. Third one, 2 plus 10, 2/12 plus 10/12 is 12/12, not equivalent, okay? 3/6 plus 1/6, we did say it was equivalent. And then our last one, 7/12 plus 1 1/12, 8/12. We said that's equivalent. So make sure that you're also being accurate, taking your work that you did on your paper and then converting it to wherever you need to so you're not getting the wrong answer just by copying something incorrectly. Hope this video helps. Bye.